Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
All right, and welcome to yet another episode of the Film Blurs. I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey, and I'm joined here, as always, with my friend and co-host.
Hey, it's Brandon Norwood. All right, Jeff, go ahead with your watches.
All right. It's been mostly TV or movies that have led into TV. So let's start with Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, which is the Peaky Blinders movie that just hit Netflix a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, somebody
And
spoiled it for me, and I'm glad I didn't waste my time.
yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it really didn't need to exist. It felt like they truncated a season into a movie that a season that didn't need to happen. Because of that, because like all the lore and stuff like that they try to pack into this one, right? Movie. I went back and I rewatched all of Peaky Blinders, just to see what pick up the Easter eggs and stuff like that. And Peaky Blinders is the white person equivalent of Black Panther.
What
Right?
happened to, what was the season where they all got arrested at the end because Tommy snitched?
That was season 3.
Okay, yeah, that's when I was just like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah. After that, it was the Mob season, the one with Adrian Brody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then does Tom Hardy ever come back, or is he just gone?
I didn't actually finish watching after I got into season 4. I got 3 episodes in. I was like, nah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm
because
good
and
with
then I
this.
know Anya Taylor-Joy shows up for like the last 2 seasons. I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't watched that show since, as you said, season 3, because I liked season 1 a lot. And then
Right.
to me, season 2 was a great step down. And then season
Mm.
3, I was just like, it was tedious to get through with an ending. I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah, like they beat a dead horse with that one. I mean, and the movie is pretty much the same. Most of the movie is Tommy lamenting all the bad decisions he's made, and then like the last 40 minutes is him reconciling with his bastard son to yada 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 yada.
Which I understand is setting up a spin-off show.
Yeah,
2
I mean
spin-off
that's what
shows, apparently.
that's what it felt like, right? It felt like um it felt like a season that didn't need to happen, and it felt like, all right, cool, they're gonna go back to the well. So there's that. So Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. If you love Peaky Blinders, and like I said, uh Peaky Blinders to a lot of white people is like Black Panther, right? Like it's like, well, we're finally being seen, we're finally on TV type shit. So after that, we're gonna go into let me watch this. I finished out Invincible, right? So I had stopped after season 3. And I got halfway through season 3 and I was like, blah, nah, I'm good. Just because they took that break. They took a huge break. And then once the show takes a huge break, like it's hard for me to get back into it, right? Because there's so much other shit that like fills the void. So I finally got that. I'm caught up on Invincible, And those, like, this season and last season, fucking brutal, right? Like, every season keeps getting more and more outrageous and violent. I'm here for it, but I've never read the comic, and I hear it's pretty much on line with what the comics doing. So I don't want to spoil this last, like, what's going to happen in the last 2 or 3 episodes by reading the comic. But it's rough. It's disembowelings everywhere. Moving on from that, The Boys, the final season of The Boys. I watched 2 episodes of that, and it's uncomfortable because it is what we're going through now, right? They're not even trying to sugarcoat it or try to play coy. All of the stuff we're kind of going on now with, like, MAGA, with inept presidency, fucking internment camps and shit like that, because they're coming. If we don't fight, they're coming. The internment camps are coming. It's all right there on the screen, just with superheroes. It's if you like The Boys, you'll like these 2 episodes that came out recently. But yeah, it's a little too close to home for me at this point. All right,
Talking about
moving on.
shows I've watched a few episodes of, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I like
I get it.
Invincible. I tried to start season 2, and that first episode was like 50 minutes long, and I'm just like, I can't do 50 minutes of this shit.
Yeah, no, I totally 100% get it. Moving on from that, I finally watched Nirvana, the
band, the show,
the movie.
Yeah, there you
right?
go.
It was okay, right?
Oh, I loved it.
Like,
I loved it. That shit's hilarious.
yeah, I mean, it was funny and everything like that, but I've said it before. I can't watch movies about mediocre white men anymore, right? Because everything is being ran by mediocre white men.
I mean,
So
that's the thing that makes this movie funny, though, is that it's making fun of them.
Yeah, no, I get it. And, like, most of these movies or shows about inept white men are making fun of them. It's just like, I'm living this, right? Like, we're out here with the fucking failing upwards class. So, I mean, I enjoyed it enough. I didn't hate it. I thought it was good, but I wasn't in the right mindset for it. But I did want to see where it came from. So I watched the 2 seasons of Nirvana, the band, the show, the actual show. And I loved it. Right? So I loved the show more than I liked the movie.
Where's the show streaming at?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You can buy it for $2 an episode on Amazon if you feel like.
Yeah, $2 an episode.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yo, this whole fucking digital bullshit needs to die.
I mean, or they need to find a way to
A la
make
carte.
it more
A la
right.
carte this shit.
Right, because I was on Netflix the other day, and
They
half
raised
the
the
shit that was raised the prices, but half the shit that's on all of these other networks are coming to Netflix. Like, I've talked about St. Dennis Medical, right? It's an NBC show,
Peacock.
but it's on Peacock, right? I turn on Netflix the other day, fucking St. Dennis Medical's there. So at this point, like, what's the point?
I mean, the only reason to have Peacock now is it's the only place to watch Law and Order and SNL, which I'll get into when it's my time. Cause
Right.
yeah, I don't know, man. Peacock. Netflix finally wised up, and now you can watch all the Sony movies. So thankfully, Sony movies are finally unlocked for people who are on lower tiers or get it for free like me. Whereas Peacock, that shit, everything's still locked unless it's an NBC show.
Right, which is like
Yeah, it's stupid. It
right.
defeats the fucking purpose of having your streaming service because so now you're telling people, oh, pay $10 a month for the streaming service, but then 90% of it is locked because you're paying the
Yeah, I
lowest
mean,
tier.
right. And it's just I used to love Hulu, but now that everything that's on Hulu's on Disney Plus, what what am I doing?
And streaming in better
Right?
quality on Disney Plus.
So I like when are they supposed to get rid of Hulu
Yeah,
altogether?
yeah, it's supposed to roll into Disney Plus sometime this year.
Nah, yeah.
So
So
the app will be obsolete pretty soon.
all right, well, I mean that's one less bill, I guess. But no, like I'm paying for the package, so it
Yeah,
doesn't really fucking
I'm
matter.
paying for the bundle. I'm paying for the Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max bundle.
Right.
And then if
So
HBO Max rolls into Paramount Plus, I don't think I'm not fucking paying for HBO Max. I'll just miss out on shows. Um, and it just seems like I don't know if this merger is gonna go through. Just because there's so many people blocking it. Now that they said they finally just got the cash in earlier this week, and the cash is all from Saudis.
right.
And on top of that, the Saudis are going to have a controlling interest in it and controlling say in what gets made. It was just announced yesterday that everybody's probably going to vote against David Zavlov's golden parachute, so he's not even going to
Mhm.
get his money that he was owed.
What was it, 800 million or some bullshit
Yeah,
like that? Like it
yeah,
was
yeah,
crazy number.
yeah. He's not getting that, and I'm just like, yo, like at this point, why bother? Why bother even fucking merging it? It's only one person who wants it, and that's David Ellison. Like even his dad is just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck either way. He's
Right.
more
And like
worried about his company tanking because his company's going under. By the way, Oracle fired 30,000 people in an email at 6 a.m. a couple of weeks ago.
30,000 people?
That's how much money they're losing. Yeah, that shit went viral. They fired 30,000 people a couple of weeks ago, 6 a.m. in an email because they are hemorrhaging money. And I'm like, this nigga, like at a certain point, I like, what does it take? What does it take? Like, all the attorney generals are probably gonna fucking kill this deal.
Yeah, I mean, look, it and why are they putting so much faith in a person who has not proved a thing,
Yeah,
right?
we still
Like
don't know what his Paramount looks like.
right.
And one of the first major announcements already fell through.
What was that, the G.I. Joe or
Yeah, the fucking Max Landis shit. That
right.
lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah. So like you are giving this nepo baby who hasn't done anything. Like we only know him from Skydance and barely, right? And then beyond that, he was the worst part of one of the worst fucking uh Dave Franco, not Dave Franco, James
James.
Franco films. Yeah.
I don't really see it. Like at least his sister has proven that she can
Right.
handle running a company, even though that company went bankrupt. That company that company put out movies that people still look back fondly on today. Like she was giving top tier filmmakers money. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was money to make whatever the fuck they want. Like I think the
Right.
most expensive movie they produced was like 30 or 40 million. So
Right.
everybody got one. Like I remember that was the time where Anna Peruna's like, "Yo, Paul PTA, you want one here? War Car, you want one here? Hey, David O. Russell, you want one here?" Like all the top tier directors were making movies for Anna Peruna because Megan was just like, "Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want."
Right. And like Anna Peruna, like it was the forebearer for what A24 is now.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, and Neon. Well, Neon's
Yeah.
more international because not to cut you off, but
Mhm.
Cannes just announced their festival yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
and the movies that Neon already has acquired that hasn't even premiered yet, nobody's laid eyes on except for the people who run Cannes. And when they were announcing all the movies that they're gonna have at Cannes, I was just like, this is the creme de la creme of international filmmakers. And more than half of these movies I'm dying to see. And like they've been posting them all, and I was just like, fuck, man, I wish I could go to Cannes, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, Neon's trying to fight A24, right?
A24 is domestic, Neon is international. Like I've just realized, like, yeah, it's look, if you look at last year's best international features, I think all except for one was Neon.
Right. Yeah, but here's the thing: Neon doesn't have the name recognition that A24 has right now, right? Like
They're getting there.
A24, right? But that's what they're doing. That's why they're buying their way in, man. That's why they're going hard at Cannes this year. But you can talk to anyone, like not even cinephiles, right? And you can say, oh, it's a A24 film, right? They know enough that I was like, oh shit, that's prestigious. A24, like,
Well, I'm gonna review an A24 movie I saw this week, next week, because I'm gonna hold off on reviewing it till next week. And look, it's an A24 film, I'll say that much. But yeah, man, like it is. I will say this. Here's some of the directors that are at Cannes this year. You got Asghar Farhidi, Pedro Almodóvar, Hiroaki Korda, Ira Sachs, Quentin Dupieux, fucking Jane Scoburn. I was just like, oh, glad to see her back. Rodrigo Sorokin, Javier Kahlo and Javier Abassi, Kiyoshi Kurosawa, Christian Mungi, Pablo Pulaski. I can't believe he's fucking back. Dude made two of the best movies I've ever seen with Cold War and Ida. Nicholas Winding Refn is back.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Cannes this year, I'm like, damn, if there was ever a year to go to Cannes, it's this year, and I wish I could, because like, I'm gonna have to save up mad money to make sure I'm straight this fall, because I know like I'm going to be living in screening rooms this fall, because I know when these start making their awards plays, they're gonna be screening them. They're gonna be screening them hardcore. Yeah, if y'all want to watch some great fucking movies, Hulu has a distribution deal with Neon. So all of Neon's movies are on Hulu. So It Was Just an Accident's on Hulu. No Other Choice is on Hulu. Like the creme de la creme is on Hulu. Arco, which is an overlooked animated film, is on Hulu from last year. It's a French animated film.
Yeah, like that's why I'm pissed off that Hulu is going to be going away, right? Because it was beyond Apple TV one of the services that actually made it worth it to pay for it, you know? But yeah, there we go. There we fucking go. Yeah. So I forgot what I was even fucking talking about.
My bad. Yeah, I just went on a rant. Yo, it's because this shit's all crumbling, and it's just like, man, nobody wants this shit to happen, and apparently the biggest state that needs to sign off on this is California, and I was just like
California's never gonna sign off.
Hell
on
no. I was
like,
just like, yo, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Almost every attorney general is looking at that shit as like, no. And you think Newsom is gonna come in and be like, yeah, I approve this.
Like, especially like the way that Trump has been going after Newsom, and the Ellisons are Trump fucking acolytes. Yeah, there's no way.
When Trump ain't even big on this merger either. He does not like he's like 50-50 on it. So the fact that he ain't even all in, I'm like, that's bad news for y'all. Because he could turn on a dime in an instant. Like last night, not to make this about him, but last night he tweeted out about people he's pissed off at because they turned their backs on me. And one of them was Megyn Kelly. And I'm like, Megyn Kelly just literally 2 days ago said, you can drop a nuke and I'll still support you. And I was like, this bitch sold her soul 2 days
She
ago
tried to
for you to turn
defend.
around and be like, nah, fuck you too.
Yeah. Like you were talking about Megyn Kelly. Literally, was it a month ago? She was defending Trump or like Epstein, talking, touching little girls, and she was like, "Well, it's not like they were 8. They were like, they're 15, 16. It's like we're not playing that game."
I think as bad as that is, the nuke shit is just as bad too. And that was just 2 days ago. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So 2 days later, he turned around and said, fuck you. I don't like you because you turned your back on me. And I was like, what are you talking about? She just said you could drop a nuke and she'll still support you.
Yeah, it's fucking. Well, I'm glad California is the state that holds the most cards, because they're gonna get fucked on that. But yeah,
I mean, a lot of the industry's coming out here too, and now we're gonna have a say in the shit. And you think Mikey Sherrill's gonna sign off on that shit?
Yeah, no, hell no.
Yeah, you think like, I don't think half the constituents, like a few, I think a few would sign off on it here, because we have some dumbasses running. Some counties are like Southern Jersey. Yeah, there's going to be some counties who their AGs are going to vote yes, but for a good portion of the state, nah.
Nah. Especially like since we finally started chipping away at that New York money, right? Building all these studios and everything like that. We're not gonna fuck ourselves by having this mega corporation, this mega conglomerate that's ran by the Saudis.
And like New York also has to vote on it. And look, city aside, you still got Buffalo and Albany. And Buffalo and Albany, I don't think those motherfuckers going to sign off on that shit either.
Right. So, I mean, we will see. But the fact that we haven't heard anything about this deal in, a month?
Nah, the shit came out at the beginning of the week where they were just like, Ellison was like so happy. He's like, we finally got the funds from the Saudis to buy your studio. We finally got it.
Right, but before that, we hadn't heard anything for a month, right? So,
mind you, just keep in mind also that they are still bombing the fuck out of the Saudis. So at any moment, the Saudis could be like, well, we kind of need this money because you guys are bombing the fuck out of us.
Right. So
keep that in mind.
It's a strange. We live in interesting times, and
which would explain why Trump ain't even all in on it. That's why he's probably 50-50 on it, because he's like, well, I'm busy blowing them up. Why the fuck would we need these people to fund this takeover?
And look,
which they're gonna have a hand in.
Look, he's making his money off of the war, because I didn't realize this until someone posted it earlier this week. Right? They signed the law that, for military contracts, only United States-based drone companies, right? Cool, whatever. The company that has the biggest contract just happens to have Junior Donald Trump.
I know
Jr.,
who you meant. I know who you
right?
meant.
Yeah, as a board member, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, but they're just fucking playing in our fucking face, right? Like this war, I think off the war so far, Donald Trump and all people in his orbit have made close to like $500 million.
Yeah. Look,
and that's what we can track. You know,
apparently in his first year, he pocketed $1.4 billion off the presidency.
Right. So,
I mean, Yo, listen, this is how corrupt this nigga is. He was sitting there at the Easter roll, and kids were coming up to him for an autograph, and he's like, hey, kids, you see I'm signing this for real. You know who wouldn't be signing this for real? Joe Biden. You guys know what an auto pen is? He was using the auto pen. I'm like, bro, these kids don't know or give a fuck what you talking about. One kid handed him a drawing of the White House, and he's like, wow, this is really good. This is really good. I'm going to sign it and say I did it. I'm going to keep it. Thank you for giving me this. I'm going to sign it and say I did it. I was just like, nigga, you just stole from a 5-year-old kid.
He can't even play with little kids the right way, right? Like,
yo,
Jesus
who steals a drawing from a 5-year-old kid, bro? I don't care how good the drawing is. That shit could be the Mona Lisa. I ain't gonna fucking steal it from some fucking kid.
Right? And it's supposed to be a fucking cheeky moment, like, oh, look, I get along with children and stuff like that. But like everything he does revolves around stealing or criminal activity.
Or boasting his ego.
Yeah. And we had that press conference from Milana, whatever her name is, yesterday. I think half of that was a ploy to get people to watch her fucking movie.
Where she's like, I had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Meanwhile, there's all
like
these
pictures
of her on the pole. Some of them with her topless as he's standing there, like clapping in the background. It's him and like 20 other dudes watching her on the pole in a bikini, and then other pictures topless, just on the pole doing a whole fucking routine.
Right.
Some people are throwing, and you see some dollar bills being thrown at her too, and it's just like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Tell us again how you weren't involved.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, and no one was even talking about her. So that means some big shit's about to drop. Right? They're really trying to get in front of this, or she's trying to get in front of it. It's like, ugh.
May not be about her. It could be about some more war crimes that they're about to do. Because, the nigga just said, like, yo, I'm going to go to Venezuela and be president of Venezuela as well.
Sure. All right, whatever. Oh, God damn it. I want this season of America to be over with. It's the worst season of America ever.
It's funny because, 4 generations from now, I still have a feeling people are just like, oh, no, we're not going to do business with y'all.
Yeah. So, like, so what we are considered in this time period is a cold zone. Or, I'm sorry, not cold zone, a cool zone, right? So, people in the future are going to study this time period like we study World War II, right? Like, you know how there's some people who are really into World War II, right? In the future, we're going to be that, right? Like, there's going to be some dad in the future who's going to be like, yeah, I'm really into the Trump administration. Like, that whole entire time period is fucking fascinating, man.
I'll just say this. It's wild to me that we studied World War II, and I'm not saying at all of them, because I have a lot of friends who are Jewish who are just like, yo, what the fuck's going on? But a lot of y'all are acting the same way and doing the same thing to the Iranians and the Palestinians. What Germany did to y'all, I'm just saying, it's the same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. Yeah, and it's wild to me that y'all are standing there co-signing that shit. And I'm just like, y'all doing the same fucking thing.
I mean, people are co-signing it because it's no matter what, it's the home team, right? And I'll be watching like Man on the Street shit, and people just like, well, it's America, we gotta support it. It's Israel, we gotta support it. It's like, but they're fucking up. We're fucking up. So
this would be the same. I mean. I'd look at it through a skewed lens, but it'd be the same thing as if everybody in Africa rose up and started taking the Afrikaners and the white Africans and making them slaves. Same thing. It's the same fucking idea, y'all. Or I'm just like, where does it end? You know what I'm saying? At what for what purpose? And
it ends when a giant meteor comes, and part 2. The fucking it's clean the earth part 2. So that's where we are. Sorry, folks. Sometimes, yeah. Unfortunately, in this time period we're in,
Entertainment and politics are too tangled together. Like, yo,
Right.
listen, I'm not trying to lose my fucking a whole studio, and the only studio that's still putting out quality fucking films because it's being ran by two people who give a shit. Even their superheroes are being ran by a man who gives a shit.
Right.
It's just it's crazy that we're going to lose that to a fucking egotistical fucking nepo kid who has yet to proven anything he's done is successful. And the only reason Skydance is successful is because it piggybacked off of multiple franchises that had already been around.
Right.
Like Star Trek was already around. It didn't need Skydance. Mission Impossible was already around. Skydance just hopped on the gravy train.
Right. Right.
And I don't understand how a production company is now a fucking corporation. Nobody's questioning that. Nobody's questioning how a production company is now a corporation.
Yeah, I mean, because until this point, right, they did everything on the fly, right? Like it was no one cared until they started making waves. But yeah, that's how it happened.
Come on, man, that's like A24. They're like, yeah, we're a corporation now. Now we're gonna buy fucking Disney. And you're just sitting there like, but fucking how and why?
Right. Right. And like, I don't know what their end game is. Right. I don't know what, like, it's that small dick syndrome, right? Like, fuck it, I'll buy everything. And then, you'll have to talk to me.
It's like when a celebrity buys 10 homes and then 2 years later they're like, yeah, we're selling like 8 of them.
Right. It's like, but why you didn't have to buy them in the first place, right? Like you can't live in 10 homes simultaneously, right? So
it's like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. They have like a house in London, a house in Canada, they have a house in New York, and a house in LA, and I think they have one in Colorado or Wyoming. And I'm just like, why do y'all have so many places to live?
And I get it. Like if I got money, I'd have 2 or 3 houses.
Sure,
right?
Multiple people do. You got one in New York, one in LA, or you got one in New York and one in London. Sure, because you travel and sometimes you stay there for extended periods out of the year. Like, yo, I would definitely have a house in Jamaica for when it gets cold as shit here. Like once award season's over and like what is it? I want to say December. Like I'd be spending Christmas in Jamaica, and I wouldn't come back. I'd come back for my awards galas that I'm invited to, and then I go back to Jamaica, and y'all would not see me till right about now when it starts getting warmer.
Right. But it's rich people problems. Let's let's keep this moving. Moving on from that, on Netflix, Big Mistakes. It's a new show created by Dan Levy. And it's another one of those in the vein of regular ass people get involved in a criminal enterprise and it escalates. It's mostly surrounding a brother and sister who are not getting along. Sort of like what
Schitt's Creek.
Sort of like Schitt's Creek, or even like Sunny Nights, which I reviewed a couple of weeks back. If you've seen one of these, you've seen all of them. I think the main draw of this is Dan Levy and the fact that it's actually really funny. Right?
Okay.
It's on Netflix, man. Like if you have Netflix, you could do far worse than watching the show. I've enjoyed it. I'm up to episode 5 now. It's an 8-episode arc. Yeah, I'm like I enjoyed it. Moving on from that, on Netflix also is, I keep on fucking messing the name up of this. Something very bad is going to happen.
Oh, is that on Netflix too?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, I keep
so-
scrolling by it.
yeah, it's fine, right? I'm into episode like I paid attention up to episode 2. I'll say that. All right. So the whole entire season played out on my Netflix, but I only paid attention to episode 2. So that tells you what it is, right? It's another one of those style over substance horror TV shows. I mean, it's an interesting premise. It's all about the fear of getting married, right? Or fear of being a part of a new family. It's just now there's a curse involved, right? But it's so style over substance that it gets annoying because it's like, all right, motherfucker, you think you're smart, right? You think you're clever, you think you're cute, and it's by the people who did was it Cherry Red Soda or whatever like that? That other Netflix hyper stylized anthology series. Or
Nigga,
whatever
you the
like that.
Netflix guy. I
Right.
use it every once in a while. Like I go on there and I scroll through, and then I go to another app.
Yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, it's it. There's a certain group of people who will really love this show, right? But your mileage may vary based on how much sort of like pseudo intellectual bullshit you can put up with, or right? I'm gonna go back and finish out the season and actually watch the other episodes. But the fact that I got to episode 2, kept the series running throughout, but can't tell you a goddamn thing about it, is, it tells you all you need to know about this show. All right, and that is well. All right, so one more for TV shows. Jury Duty presents Company Retreat on on Amazon. I really loved Jury Duty. It was that pseudo reality show where like everybody else is an actor except for the one dude, and they're just fucking with him throughout the whole entire run of the show. Same thing with Company Retreat. Now it's a temp employee at a company that's going on a corporate retreat, and everyone's an actor except for the temp, and it's just hilarity ensues. 2 episodes in, it's cute, it's good, it's fine, right? If you like Jury Duty, the first one, you'll like this. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. And I'm not gonna get into movies, but I've been rewatching a lot of stuff. I will say this: I rewatched Romulus the other day, and I hate it. Right? Like, I'm not. Like,
I got nothing to say there. Like, listen, whoever comes next, I hope they do well. You know why Fede left, right?
Oh yeah, because it was fucking Ridley, like, too controlling.
He wanted to use David, and Ridley was just like, absolutely not. And I'm just like, well, at a certain point, my man, like, are you planning on finishing that story off, or you just don't want people to use your shit? Because if it's the second one, if it's either way, it's not a good look on you. I'm just saying that much.
Right. Just like if you wanted to put David in there, fine, right? Because
we need to close that loop eventually.
Right, because the Covenant, he's out in space with all these fucking embryos. So let's close the loop.
Kind of wish Prometheus was a one-off now. That would have been a solid standalone prequel. They didn't need, and it stands on its own. It's not like it's open-ended. Like, there's no cliffhanger. Right. They just fly off.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. But yeah, Romulus, I gave it a pass the first time we watched it because the first time we reviewed it, practical effects, yada yada yada, and Fede actually tried. Right, it was I think it's one of the only Fede Alvarez films I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, it's the only one.
Right, but like on a rewatch, it is so fan servicey to a point where like I didn't realize it the first time we watched it because I was just so enamored with the fact that he actually pulled it off and made a pseudo, interesting movie. Going back into it, it's just like, yeah, this is all fucking fan service, and half the shit doesn't even make sense. Right? Like half the logic doesn't even is not logical. So, but yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do for movies. I'll next time we do what you've been watching, I'll go into the full list because there's too many to list, and I'm fucking tired. So, what have you been watching lately?
All right, I'm gonna start off with this Netflix documentary series. It's a 3-part documentary called "The Predator of Seville." Basically, this dude ran this tourist company in Spain, and college women would go and hire that because it was affordable, and the nigga would drug them and rape them, or coerce them into sex. Like the nigga was a serial rapist.
I mean that sounds about right. That sounds about French.
No, that's Spain.
Oh, Seville. Sorry. Yeah. So, well, still, it sounds like scumbag's gonna be scumbagging.
And this nigga is finally women all spoke up and everybody started getting together. They built this whole huge case, and they made this case, and now this nigga's facing charges, and he is hiding.
Oh.
And everybody who worked for the company is pissed because they're just like, we didn't know this was going on, and now we don't have any jobs. We enjoyed doing this job. We enjoyed like talking to college age people, and now they're just like, we didn't know our boss, who's this dude was in his early mid 30s, going around just drugging and raping women.
Wait, so he was a young dude, huh? Like,
yeah.
I mean, that sounds like an old scumbag thing.
He tried to. There was one woman who was interviewed, and she was there with her boyfriend, and he was hovering around, and she's just like, this dude's making me pretty uncomfortable. Can we leave? And he just looked at her. He's like, yeah, sure, we could go. And apparently, he got really pissed that she left and didn't want to be around him. I was like, well, her intuition was right. So I mean.
Right.
Look, being a tour guide is fun, but what the fuck, man?
I mean, look, I can't yuck anyone's yum, right? Like, if you find something that you really enjoy.
Yeah, you can. You could yuck a rapist's yum.
No, I was talking about like the tour guide, like as like
right, and I'm saying that like a tour guide is fun, but like all the other bullshit he's doing, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the people who were affected because they lost their job. No, like I thought.
The people. I feel bad for them.
Right.
And I feel bad for the people who put their trust in this guy, because like, of course, I've used tour guides before. Sometimes you just want to be shown around instead of exploring on your own. Yeah, I mean, especially in a strange country. You don't want to wander into the wrong neighborhood and never be seen again.
Right. I mean, like the cruise industry is pretty much built on the fact that, like you've got this, traveling city, and then when we, dock at a port, we're going to make sure you don't get kidnapped or assaulted, right?
Yeah. That's the whole purpose of a tour guide. Tour guide's supposed to show you cool things, tell you some history, give you some context behind some shit, and then you all get on whatever transportation you got there and get the fuck out of Dodge before anything really bad gets down, because the tour guide knows.
Gotta get out of here before the sun goes down.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. Let's get the fuck out of here, because I don't want to get shot myself.
Yeah, that's why they tell you never to leave like, if you're going to a resort in Jamaica, never leave the resort.
Yup. Yo, listen, I went to a resort as a graduation gift for Jamaica, and I'll just never forget. I was lounging by a fence, and there's all these dudes like, "Hey, man, come here," just banging on the fence. "Hey, come here, man, come here." And I'm just like, bro, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to like relax. I'm half drunk. I'm underage because like they don't care in Jamaica, so I was like half drunk on rum. You know what I'm saying? Laying out, getting sunburnt. Like, yo, leave me the fuck alone. I don't care whatever they wanted. I wanted no part of.
Yeah, it wasn't going to end up good. You can have a good story if you got out alive.
Yeah, but the Predator of Seville. It's 3 episodes on Netflix, and I'm just letting you know now, it's rough.
Yeah, well, yes. Any of these documentaries that have to do with sexual crimes, like none of them are happy, right? They're all rough.
I mean, the one girl, she even said like he like hit her hard enough that she passed out. Like she was the only girl who was actually physically beaten. Like he hit her over the head, bro.
With like,
I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but it's because like he stood in front of her and he wanted a blowjob, and she was like drunk, and mind you, she's on the toilet doing women's shit on the toilet. I don't know if she was on her period or taking a shit, but she was literally on the toilet, either taking a shit, dealing with her period, or taking a piss. And he came in expecting a blowjob, and she's all drunk and groggy, like, "Nah, leave me alone." And he hits her over the head.
Yeah, like either way, like she's in the bathroom. Leave her the fuck alone, right? Like how badly, like how much of a fucking predator are you that like she's literally on the toilet and you're like, I don't give a fuck, let's go. Yeah,
there's so many dudes, especially in high school, where I've heard stories about that, where he's like, "Yeah, my girlfriend's taking a piss, and I went in there, and she gave me a blowjob while she was taking a piss." And I'm just like, but fucking why, though?
I mean, look, that's some boyfriend-girlfriend shit, right? Like, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But the rapist is a different category altogether.
Look, I'm going to be real with you. If somebody's using the bathroom, I ain't gonna go in there and start asking for sexual. You even could be my wife. Like, we could be married and we've known each other for 10 years. If my wife wants to take a piss or a shit, I'm gonna leave her the fuck alone, because the last thing I want to see is my wife pissing and shitting because I want a blowjob as she's doing it.
Look, I
like
get
the smell alone. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't know. Me personally, when I'm in the bathroom, the last thing I want to do is be bothered.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's most people are doing some foul shit in the bathroom that they want to be alone for.
Yeah, man. Like, god damn, bro. Like, nobody wants an audience when you're passing a burrito from
not passing a burrito. Oh shit! But yeah.
The other thing I'm gonna get into, Primal Wrapped, and that last episode was good. I just don't know if it was worth all of this, because now it gives some context to the final shot of the last season, and that Spear was there the whole time, because the camera pans out and there he was in the last scene of season 2. I was just like, so then why kill him? So why kill off Spear? So why kill him off and do all this fucking bullshit just to have it? Like, whatever. Will they get a season 4? Who knows? Even Gendy doesn't know. Season 3 only happened because fucking Warner Brothers and HBO Max wanted another season.
I mean, like, it's all a numbers game at this point. If the ratings were high enough, or the streams or whatever like that, you know, they'll drive up a big enough truck full of money to make it happen.
I feel like Gendy's in a rut, man, because between this 3rd season of Primal and Fixed, I'm just like,
Yeah, and Fixed was
Fixed
his passion
fucking
project too.
awful.
So that's
Fixed is a movie so bad it sat on the shelf for 2-3 years to the point where Sony turned to fucking Netflix. Is like, yo, you guys want this? Netflix took it because that's where we all watched it.
Yeah, I think I got a half hour into it before I was like, nah, it's fine. Like I've seen everything I need to see with this thing.
I'm not against adult animation, man. Like, I'm really not. Because, like, yo, I think South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is one of the best movies ever made. That shit's hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with adult animation, right? Like
a lot of animes for adults, you know, because it's so violent.
You know, like Fritz the Cat, like all those things from the 70s, all like the R. Crumb stuff. It's all very good, very interesting, very just tailored towards, you know, adult sensibilities. But the thing is, they were good, right? Fixed is just, as a dog owner, as a dog person, it was annoying to me, right? Because, like, all right, yes, I see everything that my dog does, you put it in here, but you amped it up to fucking 100, and you are running these jokes into the fucking ground.
I thought it was, for Fixed, I thought it was funny, the premise. Because I remember reading the premise, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And then you see the movie, and the movie's just juvenile as shit. It feels like a 13-year-old wrote it.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. Yeah, it felt juvenile to a point of insult.
Yes. What's another show? It was The Pit, because I finally caught up on The Pit. Season 2, it's disgusting, but not as disgusting as season 1, because season 1, I was just like, Jesus fuck, man. I like season 2. There's too many people complaining about season 2. Do I think season 2 is as good as the first one? No, but this is still a fucking really good show, and y'all gotta calm the fuck down.
Right, and here's the thing is, the first the show came out of nowhere, right? The first season was a surprise to everybody, right? So you have this higher expectation for the second season, and sometimes you just get a competent second season, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Especially in this day and age where the creators are like, yeah, we're dropping a season every year. Like, we're used to old TV. So we're getting 15 episodes year after year. Like, yo, it's fine. Like, I got no complaints, bro. It's still a solid show. Like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, it went to shit. I'm like, no, it's still engaging. The character work is still great. Like, nah, man. I'm just glad it's not it's still fucking disgusting, but not as disgusting as the first season. That's what I appreciate about this second season. There's an episode with a homeless man, and they sat him down, and they get him treated, and they're just like, all right, we got to fix your arm, man, because his arm's in a cast, and they're like, all right, let's cut off the cast.
Oh, no, that was probably, oh my God, I can only imagine. No,
guess what was in the cast?
Fucking maggots?
Yep. Eating away at his flesh.
Yeah, of course. Right?
How'd you know?
Yeah.
How'd you know? I thought you were going to say roaches.
No, man, because look, I've never been in a cast, but I know if you wrap human flesh in something that does not get air, it becomes funky, right? All like that sweat and shit like that. And if he's, unhoused, he's living on the street, he's probably not taking care of it the way he's not taking baths regularly, right? So maggots, yeah, that sounds about right.
This season takes place on the 4th of July, because every season takes place during 15 hours during a day, because this is following the day shift, and usually at the beginning and the end of the show starts to overlap into the night shift because shit gets out of hand, becomes chaotic. Like the first season, a shooting happened And so the hospital got flooded this season. It's the 4th of July, so like all the other hospitals are getting fucked. So they're flooding them into this hospital. A water park accident happened. Nigga's hand was split into two because the water slide fell on his hand.
Oh fuck!
You should see the fingers were hanging on by tendons like this.
Yeah, like, and I don't have a problem with gore. It's medical gore that fucks with me.
And look, it's disgusting, and they make it as realistic as they possibly can, because they consult with people who work in hospitals, and apparently, people who work in hospitals love this show because they're like, yeah, like the only thing this show doesn't touch upon is how all the nurses have sex with each other. That's why a lot of people are like, yeah, don't marry a nurse. Nurse will cheat on you in a heartbeat.
Well, I mean, look, it's that high stakes, high adrenaline atmosphere, right? You know, as temperatures rise. I get it.
Yeah, nigga, like it was yo. We got one episode left. Noah Wile's killing it as always, but like, yo, this season in particular, I'm like, yo, somebody needs to punch this nigga in the face, bro. Like, Robbie's out of control. Like, go take your sabbatical, man. Like, they need to let him leave. Like, and everybody's telling him, like, please take your sabbatical, please go, because we're all tired of your shit. You're just a fucking asshole. And he's like, I'm not leaving until everything's done. And they're like, fucking why?
Because fucking control freak. That's why. Yeah, I can't wait to actually get into the show because everyone keeps on talking about how good it is. It's just when you describe the first season and how gross it was, like I gotta prepare myself.
There's one episode left, so I can't make the judgment. But so far, if you made it through season 1, season 2 is a cakewalk. But again, there's still one episode left, so I'm knocking on wood.
Right. That they're not saving it all for this last episode.
Yeah, man. Because the thing that still haunts me from this show is the first season finale with the little girl with the fork in her face.
Nope. See? Shit like that. I was like, oh no.
Like the whole show, I was grossed out, and I'm like, this is disgusting. But that was the one where I was like, yo, I almost did throw up.
All right, well, you know, it's already renewed for a third season, right?
Oh yeah. You think they're gonna let this golden goose go?
Yeah, of course not. And it's dumb cheap to make too.
Like it's basically ER, except just more hardcore. Just imagine an extremely hardcore ER.
Like it's ER on HBO, right? Like
except the main character is highly suicidal.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, you can deal with that too.
All right. Well,
yo, listen. There's a rap group called Gangrene where it's Alchemist and Oh No, and they had this video where they were rapping and it would crossfade into all this like disgusting shit. I was like, man, if I was a rapper, I would have it crossfade into all this fucking shit from the pit in my video.
I'm sure there's a supercut out there.
Like, I would just take clips from the pit and just have it crossfade as I'm rapping into all this nasty shit. Let you know I'm for real.
Look, it's out there. I can guarantee it's out there.
Yeah, man. This show's great. I know a lot of people are mad that a lot of people aren't coming back for the next season, but like also they're saying they're keeping it as it would in real life, and that people move around. People want to leave. People come in. Some people want to do other things in other hospitals and not deal with that bullshit. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't blame them because working in here, I'm just like, damn, America hates everybody. Like, I was like, not only are these hospitals underfunded, these people are overworked and underpaid. That's the same with teachers. I worked in a school, bro. Teachers are underpaid and overworked severely. Yeah.
I mean, that's capitalism, right? Like, you get the most out of something for the littlest investment.
Yeah, and then that's why the fucking waiting rooms, people are fucking bleeding out and waiting 2 hours to see a doctor in the fucking ER.
See, that's why you always have to say you're having chest pains. If they think you're having a heart attack, they'll get you in there fast. So
That's why I love Menace to Society, where homie walks in strutting like this, and he just pushes the doors open like that, and you see him strut up all hard and shit, while his boys is carrying Kane in the background, and the girl runs up to the desk. She's like, "We need a doctor," and the nurse goes, "Okay, you're gonna have to fill out these forms," and then she grabs the forms with her bloody hands and throws it back at her. It's like, "Bitch, fuck the forms. He's bleeding the fuck out."
yeah, look, if they think you're going to die right then and there, like, you got a good chance of getting in.
Nigga, this shit. Yeah, I'm just like, yo, America. That's why America's stupid and everybody hates everybody, because we're all underpaid and overworked. And I'm talking about across the board.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's getting paid what they're worth
And not fucking exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, people, they're exhausted because people aren't taking the jobs because they're not getting paid, right?
But then you do take the jobs, and then you got to deal with bullshit like a fucking inept boss who tries to gaslight you. They're up your ass. You know what I'm saying? Just up your ass, trying to find little things.
Yeah, look, it's capitalism, baby. Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, and you know what? That's why, like, now apparently, if you try to go to another country, like, let's say you want to go to Switzerland and start living, like, a good life in Switzerland because you get everything you need. Like, the government won't let you die in the street.
Right.
Basically, like, if they see somebody laying in the street, they literally have people to help you make sure you're housed and you're okay. Now, because shit's so bad, people are going overseas to live in better countries. Apparently, they're just like, oh, well, then we're going to take away your citizenship immediately. And it's just like, nigga, like...
It's all going to collapse. It is all going to collapse.
Because you cannot have the same 100 people holding all the wealth.
Yeah, right.
And then you're trying to tell me one of the richest people, Larry Ellison, he's bleeding money. I'm like, well, if this nigga's bleeding money, that's also a bad sign.
Right, because they're throwing all this money into AI, right? Like, they're super investing in AI, but the common man isn't seeing any of these benefits, right? Like, yeah, ChatGPT, it's like a souped up Google. That's cool, but for the most part, it's motherfuckers making fucking memes and Iran doing Legos.
Yo, speaking of ChatGPT, I want to tell you this real quick before I move on. Nigga, yesterday at work, one of my coworkers asked the supervisor a very simple question. He's like, hey, if we come across this, what we do here? And he just goes, ask ChatGPT, and just walked away.
Well, I mean, that's your supervisor. That's your job, is to find an answer. And maybe it would be good for the boss to know that in case, someone else has this question, right? Like,
also, they try to pull a gotcha, like, oh, do you guys know these resources? And I'm just like, well, no, because we never went over them. And somebody else pointed that out. They're like, why can't we just, because, some of us just aren't, somebody said, some of us are not going to take the initiative to do this because you're asking us to, on our free time, look up and memorize these resources. Can we just take 5-10 minutes and go over? And they're just like, no. And we're all looking at each other like, well, then, like, you can't then during debrief, because every day we do a debrief, and they'll call on all of us. Hey, what's a resource we can help out people with? And we're looking at each other like, bitch, we don't know, because you never want to go over the shit. And then you expect us to sit down and actually go through this shit on our free time and memorize this shit. I'm not doing that shit.
That sounds like working for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was like, no, this is not high school. There's no extra fucking credit, right? Like,
and then you guys get mad, and then y'all get mad at us for dumb shit that I'll tell you later, because I don't want to say on this show. And I'm just like, that you can't be coming at us over every little thing, like we're going too fast, or we're going too slow, or our count's low.
Like, if they don't give you the tools to succeed, they can't be mad at you if you don't succeed.
Nigga, I worked with a new person last week, and me and my supervisor had to train her on minivan because during orientation, the dude who was doing orientation didn't properly train her how to use minivan. Minivan is probably one of the easiest parts of this fucking job. It's very simple, very easy to use. She had no clue.
Right. You know, like if you don't, and it's the supervisor's job, right? It shouldn't be your job.
Well, in that case, it is the organizer's job because the organizer always does training and orientation.
Right. Well, I mean, the organizer, whoever, it's not your responsibility.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And then they looking at me like people are doing some fraud shit on this job, and I knew about it, and I was just like, I don't care, cause I that's not, y'all treat me like shit, so why would I snitch? And they're like, why didn't you tell us about this? I'm like, well, first off, I'm not a supervisor, and think about the past 5 months and everything y'all put me through.
Right.
Why the fuck would I tell y'all anything?
That's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Narking is like narking and protecting your money is above my pay grade.
Yeah, like, yo, listen. Why would I show you the same respect that you guys don't even have even the quarter of to show me? Fuck you. Fuck you. You expect me to start reporting people. I'm like, frankly, that's none of my business.
Right. You're doing your job.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck you.
Fuck them.
So, anyways, I think that's it. Oh, no, Law and Order. Law and Order before, because now we're on Peacock. Caught up on Law and Order. They did a whole fucking crossover, dog.
With what?
SVU.
Okay.
They were hunting down this fucking Russian sex ring that was getting these young Russian women pregnant so they could start selling off babies, which led to a white supremacist group.
Of course it did.
And then when you led to the white supremacist group, you find out that the dude at the top is also selling embryos to rich people. And these people had no clue that they were using stolen embryos that were being used by white supremacists. So they get the woman who was in charge of running the ring and who killed the one girl. And they make all these other women nationalized citizens as part of the deal, so that way they can get out from under these people. And so the dude at the top makes a deal like, hey, you know, I'll snitch on everybody, but I have to get my embryos back. Well, they agree to it, and at the end of the episode, Benson serves him. He's like, hey, this is for you. And he gets out of prison. As soon as he gets out of prison, he's handed that by Benson, and he reads it. He's like, this is bullshit. I made a deal. She's like, yeah, this is out of my hands. This is an injunction from all the families and a court order from the judge. They're not happy about what you did. So good luck. Like, and he's like, you understand I'm going to fight it. They're like, yeah, you can fight it, but it'll be blocked every time. So this is probably going to take like 5-10 years of your life. So good luck.
Look, when the system wants to get you, the system will get you.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also depends on the judge. Because some of these judges in a few of the episodes I watched, I'm just like, damn, y'all are just dickheads. It's like that dude in Texas who was screaming at that dude trying to fix his computer.
I don't think I saw this video.
Oh, yeah. There's this judge in Texas who was screaming at a maintenance worker trying to fix his computer because the dude was like, oh, dude, it's just a very simple problem. And he fixed it. And he's just like, all right. I was just having a problem with it. And he started laughing. He's like, problem's fixed now. He's just giggling like that. And he's like, oh, you're disrespectful? Get out of my courtroom before I hold you in contempt. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. And he's just like, all right. And so it was so bad, and the video went viral that the county protected that employee. He's like, yeah, nah, you're not firing that nigga. And there's other videos that went viral of him screaming at lawyers because somebody was presenting evidence, and she's like, Your Honor, the evidence is right here. And he's like, how dare you? I'll hold you in contempt. You're trying to say I'm wrong? She's like, well, I mean, the evidence says you're wrong. She's like, I'll hold you in contempt. So now this nigga's like, so now everybody's rallying together to get this judge out of here. It's his first time being a judge. I'm like, bro, you are 56 years old and you're this fucking angry and petty.
Is he white?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course. You know, it's fucking angry, mediocre white men.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Everybody in that county's like, yeah, we're going to make sure this nigga is gone within 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, look.
And he's been incompetent at his job, apparently, making wrong rulings and shit. So.
Yeah. Like failing. Like I said, failing upwards, man. I can't. They're everywhere.
Did not know this last recent episode they added some mythology to Reed Scott's episode. He's a recovering alcoholic. I was like, damn, all right. I was like, you having it rough this season. His brother might die because we still don't know if his brother made it or not.
Right.
Because after he fucking shitted on his brother. Because his brother's been in a few other episodes where he was part of a crime ring and he's reformed now. And he's trying to tell him, like, yo, I'm okay, man. You got to believe me. I'm good. And then at the end of the episode, because he didn't believe him, his brother's in a fucking coma on knocking on death's door.
So they didn't do anything with that?
Nah, it's still up in the air.
Okay.
And now you find out he's an alcoholic because he accidentally killed somebody on the job.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, look them putting in backstory.
So, yeah. It's a solid season so far. Solid season. Okay. Law and Order. They're also giving some backstory to the new black cop. He used to be an undercover cop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's cool. It's cool. I'm enjoying this season. I just wish I knew there was a spinoff. I mean, there was a crossover because this crossover came and I was like, fuck. Now I got to go to
watch. Right.
I had to switch over because, you think they would just automatically put that as part of the playlist. Hey, here's the second episode. Nope, I had to go find the fucking SVU episode. And I hate that this crossover, they keep saying, yo, Stabler gave us this. Hey, Stabler's Inform Us is giving us this information. I'm like, just have fucking Stabler in it, y'all. Like, it doesn't have to cross over with organized crime. You could just have Stabler pop in, deliver these papers, talk to Benson real quick, and then pop out. Like, that shit's crazy. And we still don't know what's good with organized crime. Like, we don't know if it's getting to season 6 or not.
I mean, it probably will. I mean, it's
been almost a year since season 5 aired. Yeah.
Oh, well. I mean, look, I didn't think it was going to last past the first season. So
the
fact that that first season was rough.
I liked it. I've liked every season of fucking organized crime.
I mean, look, Law and Order is your thing, man. Like I used to rock with SVU, and sometimes I'll get nostalgic and I'll catch up. But beyond that, like I like Law and Order. It's just it's not something I keep up with.
I don't watch SVU.
Yeah.
I'm not really big on watching sex crimes week after week.
Well, I get it.
That'll pop up on Law and Order like every 4 or 5 episodes, but every week it's not no sex crime shit.
Right. Like if you ever binge watch SVU, and you try to go out into the real world after that, you think everybody's a rapist, right? I can't do that anymore.
I love how there's viral all over social media a couple of years ago. Somebody got tattooed on their back. Executive producer Dick Wolf in the Law and Order
Oh man, some people have too much time and too much money.
Yeah, man, I've never gotten a tattoo, and at this point in my life, I'm too old to get a tattoo because there's nothing I love enough where I want to pay money to have a needle go in and out of my skin to permanently ink something on me for the rest of my life. I just don't love anything that much. When I was in my early 20s, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo, and I just never got around to do it, and I'm honestly kind of glad.
Yeah, like either you're into it or you're not, right? And you can't, and both of them are right? Like there's no wrong when it comes to the want for a tattoo. It's some people just have really shitty tattoos.
People ask me about full body tattoos like Travis Barker or one of my former coworkers, and I'm just like, if you have a good job and you're going to be stable for the rest of your life doing that job, then sure, go for it. But like, I'm going to let y'all know now, y'all getting like full body tattoos with no plan or nothing, I'm like, that's a bad fucking idea.
So it's not the full body, right? For me, because you always fucking wear a long sleeve shirt or whatever like that. It's the face tattoos.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
once
just,
you get once you get a face tattoo, like that's it. I hope you are comfortable and good at what you do, because it's going to be hard to transition to something else.
Yo, listen, that's why Travis Barker said he got all those tattoos all over his body, so he had nothing else to fall back on except for drumming.
Hey, look.
And you know what? It worked out, because he is one of the best drummers out there. He's like literally a top 10 drummer. Yeah, exactly. But I'm talking about the rest of y'all. Y'all just doing it. And some of y'all just looked, when you get it, like there's some people where they just have faces where they just should not have face tattoos, where like as soon as they get a face tattoo, I'm like, bro, you look like a meth addict.
Oh, shit. Look, God bless him. You know, it's not for me. Not on the face.
Or they'll be have you ever met crazy people who get tattoos on their privates? Like I've seen women, I've been with women who had tattoos on their nipples. There's people who have tattoos on their dicks.
I mean, look, if it's a good tattoo, like whatever.
Not on your genitals.
Like on the nipples, like that's fine. I've seen some hot shit.
Yo, there's nothing that turns me off more than seeing a chick with tattoos all over her titties or on her labia, where I'm just like, ugh, I'm good.
Well, I don't think I've actually ever seen a labia tattoo.
Yeah. It was in my 20s. I remember I was with this girl, and then, you know, after a few weeks of getting to know each other, we were hanging out in her room, and I was like, yes, finally. And she's like, is everything okay? And I was just like, I gotta go. I was like, I gotta go.
I mean, was it a good tattoo, or was it like,
I don't care.
Eat at Joe's?
I don't care. I was out of there. I was just like, yo, look, I gotta go. Something came up. My head's not in the game. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. And I just never talked to her again.
Hey, look, that's your prerogative. Yeah, I can't judge anybody for being turned off by what they're turned off by.
Right, and it's your body. Do what you want. Like, fine. Right. If that would make you happy, cool. But like, also you have to also take into account when other people are turned off and are just like, I'll see you later. Shit. So let's get into SNL UK and SNL American. SNL UK, congratulations UK, you guys now have a show that's just as mediocre as the United States.
Good for them.
I like their setup better. Like, I like how after the last sketch they walk off stage and walk onto the main stage and just do their good nights. I think that's cool. Like, there's no cut. They just literally, once the show's done, once the final sketch is done, they just get up, everybody gets up, and even the cast members still in costume walk over to the main stage, and they're just like, all right. And I was like, that's awesome, but like, same type of mediocre show. Harry Styles is the last episode I left off for American SNL, and that Harry Styles episode was pretty fucking funny. I ain't even gonna lie, because I was like, they had two back-to-back, Ryan Gosling and Gorillaz, and then Harry Styles. And guess who came back for Harry Styles?
Who?
Ryan Gosling. Because when he performed the first time, he stood there, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Harry Styles. Because I forgot, you can't... Well, no, Lizzo did it, where she pulled double duty, and she's like, ladies and gentlemen, me. And she started singing. I was like, that's fucking swagged out. That's fucking swagged out. Because Harry Styles popped up in the monologue for Ryan Gosling's episode, where he's just like, wait, is that you, Harry? And he's like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing here? That whole bit was funny.
Like, I'm for episodes behind on SNL, and I need to like just binge watch it this weekend.
I can't. There was an episode in between. No, the most recent episode was Jack Black and Jack White, and that has to be one of the best opening monologues because Jack White came out and did the monologue with Jack Black.
All right, cool.
Because they were doing this whole fucking thing the entire week and during the show because he's Jack Black, he's Jack White. So they would play on that. So Jack Black was dressed in white. Jack White was dressed in black. Apparently they went.
Did they sing Ebony and Ivory? Because that seems like a perfect setup.
No. They did Jack during the opening monologue after Jack White got not Jack Black after Jack Black got his 5-timers jacket because fucking Tina Fey was there, Melissa McCarthy was there, Jonah Hill was there, and Candice Bergen was there to help him get his 5-timers jacket. And Paddington was skinned and was draped around Tina Fey's shoulders, and Jack Black just goes, "Why is Paddington draped around your shoulders and why is he skinned?" She's like, I got this because I hosted the first episode of SNL UK. And everybody started clapping and cheering, and she just looks dead down the barrel of the camera and just winks.
Okay, well, cross promotion.
Yeah. Then Jack White came out. He got a 5-timers jacket, and they both performed Seven Nation Army together. All right. For the rest of the opening monologue. Melissa McCarthy popped up for a sketch. That shit was hilarious. I'm like, damn, bro. Even when her episode was weak this season, she's still funny.
Yeah, like she's never not going to be funny, right?
And I don't even blame her for her episode not being funny. It's the same problem as it all. Yeah, same problem. Same problem. And then this week it is Coleman's turn because he has to promote Michael.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool. I would.
And then
my God, that's gonna be a good episode. I hope it's a good episode.
And then they're off for a couple of weeks because May 1st, it's Olivia Rodrigo. And I'm like, y'all, Meryl Streep or Anne Hathaway was literally right there. Like,
right.
That's Devil Wears Prada weekend. Like, y'all had that was an easy layup. Like, I would love to see Meryl Streep host SNL. Let her have fun and shit.
Has she she'd be SNL?
No, but I have a feeling she would be down for it. She'd be like, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, y'all had, and I mean this as no disrespect to Olivia Rodrigo, but like Meryl was right there. You're about to sneeze, bless you. Anyways, so that's TV. I'm gonna get in the movies. Real quickly in movies, I got the 4K Steelbook because it was dirt cheap for March Madness on Groove.com. They had it Lethal Weapon 1, and I'm like, yo. It took too long for Warner Brothers to put out Lethal Weapon on 4K Blu-ray, and I don't know why they keep dragging their feet on the rest of them. I don't want the rest of them. I just want 2. I just want to own Lethal Weapon 1 and 2. And I'll just say this as a disclosure. Lethal Weapon 3 is not a good movie, but Rene Russo is great in it. And then Lethal Weapon 4, it is Rush Hour racist. Like Rush Hour racist, where I'm just like, they have the jokes where he's like, fried lice, and then you have the dude in the wild Chinese accent go, it's not fried lice, it's fried rice, you prick, and they go plick. I'm like, Jesus Christ, y'all.
Yeah, and it was Chris Rock before he started taking acting lessons.
It was Chris Rock, Jet Li was in there. Like, they put look at the poster for Lethal Weapon 1 and 2. And then you look at the poster for Lethal Weapon 3, and all they added was Joe Pesci peeking out behind their shoulders. I'm like, oh, that's a cute, funny gag, even though Joe Pesci is in Lethal Weapon 3 for like 30 minutes. Because he is like the third lead in Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then Lethal Weapon 4, you look at that poster, there's like 8 niggas on there.
Yeah.
And they push Danny Gibson to the background and have Mel Gibson up front. I'm like, yo, yeah, man, fuck. Like the
Right,
only
because
cool thing about besides Jet Li, the only cool thing about 4 was that highway chase.
See, I can't even remember anything from 4 except for the fact that like Jet Li would just take apart your gun. That was his thing in there. He was so fast, he was taking apart motherfuckers' guns. But that's the only thing I remember from 4.
Yeah, see, yeah, Lethal Weapon 4, not a good movie. Neither was 3, but yeah, Lethal Weapon 1. Look, this is my first time watching the quote-unquote director's cut, because before he died, God bless him, Richard Donner said, these director's cuts that they've put out are not my director's cuts. My director's cuts were the movies I put out the first time. And Lethal Weapon 3, 2, 3, 4, they have about like 3 or 4 minutes added in. Lethal Weapon 1, it's like 8 minutes they added back in, and I can tell you right now, some of it I was just like, cool. Like the one with Danny Glover by himself at the range, I'm like, cool. Probably should have left that in to say like he's a really good shot and he's good with his revolver, because then it kind of pays off at the end of Lethal Weapon 1 where he cracks his neck and shoots, and especially Lethal Weapon 2 where he's able to make that shot from that fucking far of a distance. I love it. That's why my favorite part of Lethal Weapon 2. Diplomatic immunity. Bow. Just been revoked. Yeah, Lethal Weapon 1, the additions they put into here, now Riggs has like 4 intro scenes. And it just becomes redundant where I'm just like, y'all, they cut this shit for a reason.
How many ways can we show that this dude is crazy? Right? Like, so,
exactly. Yo, there you go. That's exactly what it is. Because it's him on the beach in his house, and he's suicidal, trying to decide. Like, he almost pulls the trigger, and he ends up just shooting his TV, and he's like, oh, I guess I got to get a new TV. Then he goes to a school shooting. This is how fucked up this shit is. I was just like, I'm glad they cut this, because it's fucked. Where he shows up to a school shooting and everybody's hiding because it's a sniper shooting literal like 5-6-year-old kids in a building. He's shooting, and Riggs, he gets there and he just moseys on up, and everybody's like, Riggs, the fuck are you doing? Get down, Riggs, what are you doing? And he starts screaming at the sniper, and the sniper puts him in his crosshairs. He's like, I'm gonna kill you next now. And Riggs just shoots him like 1,000,000 times, just in the window. Pow, 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 pow.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, bro, if y'all left that in the movie, I guarantee you people would have walked out. All right. Yeah, like, I guarantee you, Jeff, if they had kept that in, I guarantee you in 1986 or 1987?
I think it was 87, yeah.
People would have got up and fucking left if you kept that scene in. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I get it. It establishes that Riggs is off his rocker and is suicidal, but like having a sniper, because you see him shoot like 1 or 2 kids. I'm like, even I was just like, what the fuck, man?
So he actually, they actually hit the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, you can't kill kids in the 80s.
You can't kill kids. Not like. The only like the Untouchables, right? I excuse it there because you're seeing some really fucking evil shit, and it's establishing like, yo, this is how lawless Chicago is right now.
Right. And
it's one kid, and it ain't like she got shot. It was an explosion. It was a bomb. Right. It's a difference between a bomb and watching a dude intentionally shoot a fucking kid, man.
Yeah. Especially for a movie that was billed as being an action comedy. Like, you can't have that in an action comedy.
After you just start the movie off with a chick doing a fucking swan dive. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Like, and so death. Like, I'm trying to like, now I got to see the OG Lethal Weapon script to see if that was in the script, or did someone just like, was that a producer's note?
Anyways, the director's cut and the theatrical cut. Now, from now on, I'll be watching the theatrical cut only. Now that I know Richard Donner didn't even want that shit to exist, even though I do like that added part with Murtaugh.
Right.
Because all the rest of that shit, I mean, him in his home on the beach, him going to kill that sniper. I'm like, yeah, dog, this shit was not needed. There's like 4 fucking introductions for Riggs, man. Shit is redundant. So by the time you get to the Christmas tree scene where he's undercover taking out those dudes, right. I'm like, bro, this is like the 4th introduction for this nigga. Like, this shit is insane.
It's like, we get it.
Yeah, it's like Suicide Squad where every character had 8 introductions, and I'm talking about the David Ayer one.
Oh yeah. Let's when we talk bad about Suicide Squad, it's only the David Ayer one.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with the theatrical cut, but both versions are remastered in 4K, and I gotta say, they remastered the fuck out of this movie, man. Right. And lots of the sound is great. Like, the sound mix is good. It's a new Dolby Atmos sound mix. That sound mix is mwah. I did not realize how racist Riggs was, though. Because when the Asian dude shows up in this movie to torture him, he's standing there. He's like, "Who's this slant?" I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, I mean, racist, but also his backstory was he was in Vietnam. So, I mean, those non-vets, they're a different breed.
2 things I'm amazed at in the same scene. Rewatching it again, I was just like, I'd never noticed the plane flying over the house as it blew up. I'm like, damn, Richard Donner timed that shit perfectly. Like, that is probably one of the best happy accidents in cinematic history, where they're walking up to the house and you see that plane fly over, and as soon as they get to the house, it explodes. Riggs is on fire, and Murtaugh's trying to pat him down to put it out, and he's like, and you just hear Riggs go, "What the fuck are you, a fag?" I was just like, whoa!
The 80s, like, they threw that word around willy-nilly in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, even Predator, where they're in the helicopter, and Jesse Ventura's trying to get everybody to do dip, and everybody's just like, "No, I'm not doing fucking dip." And he's just like, "What are y'all, a bunch of slack jaw faggots?" I was just like, whoa! Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, yo, he even said, he's like, "Yo, you're on fire." And that's when Riggs is like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah,
like, I would have just let the nigga burn then after that. I'd been like, "All right, nigga, you fucking like shit."
Oh, man, the 80s was just different, man. Like, you could... And that's why these classic movies that people are like, "Oh, God, I love it so much. It's so funny." I watch it as like, yeah, you know that's was racist as shit. Right?
Yeah, man.
Offensive as shit.
There's some shit that comes out of Riggs' mouth where I'm just like, God damn, dude. That is why I say Lethal Weapon 1 is probably the best in the series, but my personal favorite
is Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah. And 100%. they should have just stopped after 2. We should have just really stopped after 2, because after 2, you could tell at least Shane Black was still involved somehow in Lethal Weapon 2. And then you could see once they fucked him on Lethal Weapon 2, probably should have just left it alone after that. And also should have kept the original ending of Lethal Weapon 2 where Riggs died.
Riggs dies, yeah.
Yeah, they should have just kept that ending, quite frankly.
Well, they opened it up for the 3rd one. That's a studio note.
It was not worth it. It was not worth it, because Lethal Weapon 2, dog. Even watching Lethal Weapon 1 now, I'm seeing all the shit they're doing in this. I'm like, yo, that is wild that they're still cops. Like, even how they deal with Joshua at the end, where fucking Murtaugh's telling everybody, he's like, I'm the officer in charge on this scene. And I say he's gonna fight him. And they're letting this nigga fight on his front lawn. I'm like, bro, no, yo, all of y'all would be in jail. All of y'all would be in jail for letting that shit go down.
It's that propaganda shit, right? Like, in the 80s and 90s, like, we celebrated bad cops, right? You could, like, if you look at it through the lens of today, it's like, oh yeah, these people are monsters.
Yo, that's why I love in Lethal Weapon 3. Like, the chief is just like, bro, I've had it with you two. Y'all destroyed so much in this city and cost the department almost our entire budget. You guys have been demoted to street cops.
Yeah, right? Because Riggs and Murtaugh, over the course of their their partnership together has probably cost the LAPD at least $50 million.
I love 2 and 4. They get promoted to captains. They're like, captain. They do that whole shit that cracks me up where where one of them salutes and the other one was trying to shake their hands, and then they alternate back and forth, captain. And then at the end of the movie, their boss is just like, so yeah, y'all demoted again. You give me your captain badges. You're back to sergeants.
Yeah, I was like, see, I don't even remember that joke. See, like, it's 4 seems like a fucking fever dream. And like
that is wild. That's wild after 3 movies, and they're in their fucking 60s at that point, 60s, 70s, that they're gonna promote them to captain. I'm like,
they should be retired by then.
Yeah, bro. I was like, that is wild that they're Yo, those 2 are the last people who need to be promoted to anything.
Yeah, like most cops, unless you're trying to be like chief or something like that, most regular cops, they're trying to get out by fucking 55, 60 at the latest. They're trying to be done with that shit.
Also, I find it funny, Riggs and Lorna and Lethal Weapon 4 are going to raise a family in Riggs' fucking trailer on the beach. I'm like, guys, why not just get a house? Like, Riggs is paying for a whole addition to his trailer to be built. I'm just like,
yeah, so the more you're telling me about this thing, it's like the dumber it sounds.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Come on, man. How were they not fired at the beginning of Lethal Weapon 4 where they fucking shot that dude with the flamethrower and he blew up the entire fucking city block because it was a gas station?
Riggs should have been fired
after Lethal Weapon 1.
Right, like as soon as he jumped off the building
with the suicidal dude. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
right,
the only person who was right in Lethal Weapon 1 was the psychiatrist, where she's still like, Chief, we could not have this guy working as a cop, and you're putting him with one of our best people. That is terrible.
And they're pretty much just like, shut up, bitch. Right?
Yep. Fuck, man, I'm going to rewatch this again this weekend, because this is a comfort film for me. I just realized, like, Lethal Weapon 1 is just a comfort film. And I will say this, and I know this is going to be controversial, but Lethal Weapon is 10 times above, I'll even say 20 times above 48 Hours. Sorry.
I will not argue that.
Because you know what?
Because I like 48 Hours because Nick Nolte is actually racist, right? Instead of like...
And they never like each other and never get along.
Right.
The movie ends where they're like, okay, we understand each other. Halfway through Lethal Weapon, they actually do like each other, and by the end of the movie, they are fucking friends. You know what I mean? It wasn't they're mismatched against each other, but they're never at each other's throats like it is in 48 Hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
honestly,
it is really a buddy cop movie.
Like the best part of 48 Hours is the bar scene.
Oh hell yeah! He's just like, I became a cop just so I could pat down and feed up racist white people like you. What is this? A gun? I'll haul your ass in right now.
It's like, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm a nigga with a badge.
Yep. I still have not seen 48 Hours, another 48 Hours, because I've just heard how terrible that was.
I rented that on VHS, right? Like once it hit home video, and it was dog shit.
Yeah, apparently Paramount cut out like 40 minutes of the movie. Like people who saw the original cut was like, yeah, it was a good movie till Paramount fucking cut out 40 minutes out of the movie.
Really?
Like, damn, Paramount stayed doing that. They did that to Mission Impossible 2. They did that shit to Event Horizon. And now we'll never see the original Event Horizon because the shit got burned up.
Yeah. Which is a shame, right? Because Event Horizon, like, I love Event Horizon as it is, but I can only imagine what the actual cut looks like. Like,
because Paul W.S. Anderson's only made 2 good movies. That's Event Horizon and Soldier.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he did Soldier.
Soldier is technically a sequel to Blade Runner because it takes place in the same universe.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Shit. All right. I gotta go back
Yeah,
and rewatch Soldier.
Yeah, Soldier. I fuck with Soldier.
Yeah, look, it's one of the best Kurt Russell movies from that era.
Hell
right?
yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, even though I fuck with Tango and Cash, but Tango and Cash is not a good movie.
That was the last good. That's the like his early career. You saw Paul W.S. Anderson. You're like, these movies are enjoyable, but they can be much, much better. And instead, he just fell into a hole where I'm just like, dog, you are terrible.
Like, once he did Mortal Kombat, it was all downhill.
Oh yeah, okay. So then, Soldier came after Mortal Kombat.
Did it? All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look. Yeah, okay.
I love how that nigga even said, he's like, yeah, I'm not doing Mortal Kombat 2. And Mortal Kombat 2 was so dead, that shit killed that franchise for years.
For 25 years, man. Like
Go ahead. Speaking of.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Now, I was going to talk about like Annihilation, where they had the hamster wheels that went under the earth. That's how they, right? That's how they,
Yo,
never lived that down.
Yo, that's the first thing I think of when I see that movie, where Katana's yelling at Liu Kang, "Shift your weight this way." What I was gonna say is I ran into my boy Walter on Wednesday before my first screening. And he works for Warner Brothers, and he's just like, hey, man, what are you doing right now? I'm like, oh, I'm about to head to the screening of Mother Mary, because I came out of seeing Forbidden Fruits, which I'll talk about next week. And I was like, yeah, I just came out of seeing Forbidden Fruits, now I'm going to head to this press screening for Mother Mary. And he's just like, oh, man, that's a shame. I was like, why? He's like, we're doing a trade screening right now of Mortal Kombat 2, and I was going to let you sign this NDA and get in there. I was like, yeah, sorry, bro.
Oh, shit.
I said sorry because I know there's going to be other opportunities for me to see Mortal Kombat. Mother Mary, the way A24 is treating this movie, I'm like, oh man, if I don't go to this press screening, probably never gonna be able to see it.
Is it? All right. Well, we talk about it next week.
Because it drops next week in limited release, and then the following week it goes wide. But yeah, I had a chance to see Mortal Kombat, and then I like how 5 minutes before the Mother Mary screening starts, I get an email. They're like, hey, you want to see Michael tonight? And I'm like, are y'all fucking out of your minds? Are you guys out of your fucking minds? Like, you're going to wait till now. I already got, like, Sheep Detectives tonight. I had to tell him, like, yo, I got Sheep Detectives tonight. Like, it's signed, sealed, delivered, yo. By the way, before that movie started, The Projectionist, he overheard me and Joseph, because Joseph was there. The dude we met at the Project Hail Mary screening. We're the only two critics in that motherfucker, by the way.
Really?
The reps stayed. They're like, yeah, we're going to watch the movie too. So the two studio reps. So it was two studio reps, me and Joseph, and the Projectionist, because the Projectionist is like, I've seen it already, but I'm going to watch it again. The Projectionist overheard us talking about Masters of the Universe. He's just like, hey, I want to let you guys know something. We're like, yeah, what's up? He's like, that movie's really fun. We're like, oh shit, you seen it? He's like, multiple times.
Oh shit! Okay. Look, I haven't watched the new trailer. I saw the teaser.
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, so I saw the first one, and it was just like, sure.
The first trailer, I was just like, this can go either way. It's like the Sheep Detectives. When I saw that trailer, I was like, oh, this could go either way. And for Masters of the Universe, I was like, man, yeah, this could go either way.
Yeah. So if it's fun,
so
I'll take fun. I'll take 80s fun.
Looks like Amazon has rolled the dice correctly, and that's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Okay.
So moving on. The only other movie I want to talk about before I do a main review real quick on a TV show, because Disney will kill me if I don't talk about this shit. But Criterion Channel has corporate thrillers, and for the longest time, I've been trying to watch fucking Michael Clayton because I've been talking about it with you, been talking about it with other people. And finally, they have this corporate thrillers up. And I was like, fuck, I love me a good corporate thriller. I love me a good thriller in general. And I've seen most of them. Like, Wall Street's up on there. I'm going to watch Devil's Advocate tonight.
Oh, I love me some Devil's Advocate, man.
I've never seen it. There's a bunch of...
Shit.
Like, I'm going to bring up, while I talk about this, corporate thrillers are up on the Criterion Channel. The one I wanted to revisit was Michael Clayton, because I haven't seen Michael Clayton since I saw it in theaters. And I will say, man, we don't talk about this motherfucker enough. Like, I was sitting there and I'm riveted, bro. Like, holy fuck. Michael Clayton probably, I didn't even realize it was nominated for like 10 Academy Awards. I was like, oh, and rightfully so, because it is a great movie and it's a good looking movie. Like, yeah, they on corporate thrillers, they have Arter Bridge. I've never seen it. Devil's Advocate, Wall Street, which everybody's seen Wall Street, and Disclosure, which is a movie I would tell you every single one of you never watch. The Firm's up on there. Disclosure's disgusting. The Firm's up on there, which The Firm is a wild movie. I tell people that. I'm like, yo, the Antitrust, that movie with Ryan Phillippe, I'm gonna watch that. The Deal.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
I've never seen The Deal either. And The International, the movie with Naomi Watts and what's my man's name? Oh fuck, Clive Owen. I've only seen it once, and I thought that was really good. So I'm gonna get through a lot of these corporate thrillers because I've seen Wall Street, I've seen The Firm, I've seen Disclosure, seen Primal Fear. Primal Fear has one of the most downbeat endings. I was like, oh damn, that's how this shit ends. God damn. So I still gotta get through Antitrust, The Deal. I'm gonna rewatch The International because I've only seen it once, and Arter Bridge. But yeah, Michael Clayton, man, fuck, holy shit, this is a great movie. I didn't know Tony Gilroy's first directing gig. I did not realize this is Tony Gilroy's directorial debut because, you know, he's worked on scripts for many years before this.
Right.
And apparently the two people he wanted to play Michael Clayton was George Clooney and Denzel, and they both turned him down multiple times because they both didn't want to work with a first-time director.
Uh-huh.
He had to sit down George Clooney, and they had a 2-hour chat about his vision for Michael Clayton, and that's what got George Clooney to do it. Denzel has since come out and said, he's like, I regret not doing that movie. That was stupid of me. The script was so good that Sidney Pollack wanted to direct it, and Tony Gilroy's like, no, I want to make my directorial debut with this script. And he's just like, well, this script's too good. Can you cast me in this movie? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, also, do you mind if I come on as a producer to help you get this made? And he's like, yeah. R.I.P. Sidney Pollack, man, because that nigga, not only is he talented and has given us some of the best movies ever, because, you know, he's a director as well,
right.
But he smells talent. He's a great actor, too, man. Like, whenever you see him on screen, you cannot mistake him.
I mean, that's how they built them in the 70s, right? Like, you could be a writer, a director, and an actor, right? And kill all of them.
I did not realize that Tilda Swinton wasn't in this movie that much. Like, I remember her being in the movie much more than she is. Maybe it's just because she's like the driving force behind the actions of the movie. Like, I love how this movie's constructed, man. Like, they're going over all these depositions and all this shit's slowly coming together at the beginning of this movie. And he just goes, who the fuck is Karen Crowder? And then it just cuts to Tilda Swinton looking distressed in the bathroom, sweating and sitting on the toilet, just wiping her face off because she's sweating so much. And she has this look on her face like, oh, fuck. And you're just like, man, what's going on here? What's good with her? And you just don't find out later about why that's happening to her and what's going on.
I mean, that murder scene is one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
Oh, hell yeah. I was about to say that because that's the thing I remember from that movie because that has always stuck with me because that is, everybody's afraid of getting taken out like that.
Right. Like fucking clinical as fuck.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, those dudes were pros except for when it came time for Michael. When it's Michael's turn, they kind of botched that shit. But, like, I love that. I love that fucking speech at the end of the movie. Like
I'm not the guy you kill.
You kill. I'm the guy you pay. I'm a janitor. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then the nigga was wearing a wire the whole time. I'm like, damn, this is fucking movie rules. Like, that movie is just a boilerplate, man. Because, like, throughout that movie, you see the situation just get dire and dire. And you're like, Yeah, I can see why. Like watching the movie, I'm like, Tom Wilkinson is right as an audience member, and you're not frustrated with anybody just because you're like, obviously, homie's clearly crazy, but at least this time, he's right. But so you're watching this shit escalate and escalate, and you're just like, damn, Michael, you're in over your head. You're just trying to do a job, and even you are in over your head trying to do your job of just getting this dude to quiet down and get him back to New York and lay low.
Right. Yeah, like I might have to watch Michael Clayton again. Shit, it's been a minute.
Like, man, like Warner Brothers needs to stop dragging their feet on this one and put out a 4K for this, man. Cause damn, bro, this movie is fucking excellent.
I mean, like you said,
fuck,
10
man,
it's like for a first-time director, 10 Academy Award nominations.
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematography. Because, like, this movie has Robert Elswit, bro, as the DP. Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor. I think Tilda was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Like,
yeah, so, like,
fucking amazing.
Denzel really did fuck up.
Yo, listen, George Clooney was almost there with him. Because I don't want to work with a first-time director. Nigga, if the script's good and y'all like the script, what does it matter? What does it matter?
Look, everybody's got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, y'all clearly like the script.
And right, like it's not like he is like fresh off the street. If he's in the room with you, right? Like at the caliber of actors they are, like if he's in the room, then he must be something special, right?
By that time, not only did he have multiple scripts under his belt, but by that time he had 2 Bourne movies under his belt because Bourne Identity and Supremacy were out by then, and he worked on those scripts.
Yeah, so like if he's in the room, it doesn't matter if he's a first-time director or not. Like his work is proven.
Yeah, now Tony Gilroy gave us one of the best fucking Star Wars things ever. Like, I'm like, yo, damn. Like the only thing Tony Gilroy did that I'm just like, oh, dog, that shit sucked was what was it? The Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner. That shit was trash.
Well, that was Gilroy?
Yeah, he wrote and directed that one.
Ooh,
yeah.
Cams.
Yeah. I need my cams.
Well, look,
I also don't like that they. Yeah, I also don't like that they undid the previous movie. I was just like, ugh.
Well, because they were trying to franchise the shit.
Yeah. Pissed. It was so bad, and it pissed off Matt Damon so much. He's like, I thought I was done with these movies, but now I got to come back and reclaim my shit.
Well, good for him.
And even that one, Jason Bourne, I was just like, yeah, sure.
It was fine.
I was like, yeah, sure. I'm glad there's no more. Glad there's no. Did you watch the TV show?
Treadstone? No.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know anyone who did, actually, so that's why it's not on the. That's after one season, it's done.
Well, real quick, I want to say, like, we were talking about Matrix Reloaded. I rewatched it again. Okay. And, yeah, I stand by it. It is probably one of the best live-action animes that we'll ever get. My thing is, as a sequel to the first movie, it was too future for us.
Right.
And I say that because the first movie's a hero's journey, right? And that's why we all like it. It not only was it a hero's journey, it was a mind-bending one. This one, it's an inversion of the hero's journey where you're breaking down and subverting and deconstructing the hero.
Right.
Like they did with Batman versus Superman, except it was not dour. Like, the fact that this was a deconstruction, I can understand why people are like, nah. But I liked it because it made sense. Like, the whole thesis of the movie is there where Neo is talking to the Chancellor, where the Chancellor's just like, I just realized we need machines to keep us alive. Like, that machine over there refines our water. That machine over there keeps the lights on. That machine over there keeps the doors closed. We need machines. We survive on machines, and machines are trying to kill us. And I was just like, damn, all this shit was set up and is paid off in Matrix Resurrections, bro. Where they get to Io and they're like, yeah, machines and humans, we live hand in hand now because we need each other. I was just like, yo, all this shit was there, bro. All this shit was there. And that movie is a great, to me, it's a great story up until Colonel Sanders shows up. And that's when it kind of goes off the rails. But up until that point, like, even the conversation with the Oracle is just like, mwah. You know, where she's telling Neo, like, yo, listen, I'm a program. And it was never about me telling you what to do. It was always me trying to help you make a choice.
Right.
You have to make the choice yourself. I love that whole conversation. That's like, I like that scene with the Oracle better in this one than I did in the first one.
Well, because she's got more to say in this one. She actually has some agency in the second one.
It's so crazy how there's so much in this movie that builds upon the world too, where like fucking where he fights Seraph, and after he fights Seraph opens the back doors and Neo walks in. He's like, holy shit, are these back doors? And I'm like, oh yeah, he was a computer hacker and a computer programmer before he got unplugged. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I could see why Neo's like, holy shit, this is fucking real. Also love how Seraph at the end of their conversation comes over to the Oracle like, hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And she's like, all right, hold on 1 second. And she talks to him real quick and she's like, all right, good to see you. And as soon as they dip off, Smith comes out and you see all those crows fly at the screen with those fucking Japanese drums playing on the soundtrack. I'm like, damn, this is anime as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, look, the story on surface level convoluted, but the way it was executed and the shit they were allowed to get away with, you can't beat it.
Everything there, if you're paying attention, it all makes sense.
Right. But
you know what I'm saying?
But we were so, and that's where we have. This was an intelligent sequel, and we should have expected an intelligent sequel.
Instead of people just want to see Neo do all types of Superman shit for 2.5 hours. And that's not what it was at all. I fucking love, though, that conversation that during the Oracle where she's just like, yo, listen, when programs aren't doing there's like she even says, she's like, yo, there's ghosts, there's vampires, there's werewolves, and all that shit is just fucking programs doing something they ain't supposed to be doing.
Right.
And then later in the movie, we meet the Merovingian. He's a vampire. We meet
the twins.
Monica Buccelli. She kills a couple of his henchmen with silver bullets. I was like, oh, they're the werewolves. The twins are ghosts.
Right.
Like, this shit is all cool. I'm like, yo, this shit's cool as fuck. It's just like, yo, it's just you get to the architect and it's just like womp womp. And the movie kind of deflates, and then it just stops because we're stopping
because it's a literal like
we're like halfway through the second act, and the movie just stops, and then the third movie is just one big third act, and that's fucking whack. Honestly, that's why I to me it's a trilogy. I'm gonna go back and rewatch 3 and 4 now, just because I'm like, damn, bro, like we really don't appreciate 2. 2 is literally the closest we're ever gonna get to a live action anime. Like the fights, like even Bill Pope's lighting and the use of colors in the movie, I'm like, dog, this is all straight from anime. Like the way the colors are on their faces, like the green, or in the real world, how the red and blue are on their faces. I'm like, dog, this is all from fucking anime.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched Reloaded. It's had to be like 10, 15 years, but I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah, I think Reloaded is probably the one Matrix movie I've since we've talked about it, because I've watched it twice since we talked about it, and I could watch it again. I'm like, this is the Matrix movie I'm probably going to rewatch the most, because it has the shit I like from 4, which is the deconstruction, but also the action from the first movie. Because that's what the fourth one's lacking, in all fairness. Yeah, because they didn't have Ying Wu Peng as their fight coordinator, and it tells. And I'm not saying the action's terrible,
but it's not like the OGs. Like
yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna finish out on this main review, because if we don't talk about this, and Jeff, MAUL, Shadow Lord, took me the first 2 episodes to get into it, because it just drops you right in with like very little context. But then once the story gets rolling on what this is instead of just being like, oh yeah, we're paying lip service to all this other bullshit that I did not watch. I fucks with it, man. I fucks with it hard.
Okay. How many episodes?
8. So the first 2 dropped on Monday. I saw all 8 episodes. And episode 6, nigga, it's one of the best lightsaber fights I've ever seen. It's a fight on a moving train, and I'm just like, yeah, son, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Maul's trying to turn this Jedi to his side, and she's just not having it. And then she links up with her master, and I'm like, man, this is great. Like, there's all this political intrigue now, and like, I don't know if you remember it, but in Solo, Black Sun was the evil criminal organization in that movie, and at the end of the movie, you found out Maul was running it the entire time, and I'm just like, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
This one, Maul's trying to take down every single criminal organization, including Black Sun, because he's like, yo, I'm tired of these niggas fucking me over. We getting ours.
Okay. Look, I was not interested in seeing this until you told me about it, right? Because like it felt like homework to me. Like all these, like Star Wars at a point feels like I have to watch this in order to enjoy this.
Yes,
right? And
yes,
like that gets you take the fun out of it. I don't want to have to watch. Like it's not like I want to watch it. It feels like I have to watch it. And when I have to do something, I don't ever want to do it.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's the problem with Matrix. Like that's why I tell people, like, don't worry about the video game. Don't worry about the Animatrix, because honestly, the Animatrix shit, that's what kills the second movie. Because when the kid pops up, I'm just like, oh fuck, that's right. Got to deal with this fucking dumbass character because he was in the Animatrix, even though that character is so superfluous to everything else going on.
Yeah, I forgot all about the Animatrix. Man, I went out and I bought that shit as soon as it dropped on DVD. Oh, they got me.
Yo, the best one in that series was the detective story. That was cool.
I'll have to go back. I literally have not watched that. I don't think since since I saw Revolutions in theaters.
Have you seen? Do you remember Final Flight of the Osiris, which was the thing that led right into Matrix 2?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that I like that one because the animation was cool,
right.
But the story itself, I was just like, wah wah. Like, yo, I tell people, I'm like, Animatrix, don't bother. Like, if you want to watch some cool anime, fine, have at it. But like,
don't try to watch it so you can be a completist and then watching the Animatrix or playing Enter the Matrix doesn't unlock some cheat code in your brain that makes the other movies make total perfect sense. It will not.
Right. Yeah. Y'all just got to treat it like how how a lot of people treat Star Trek or Star Wars. Like Matrix, you just stick with the movies. I tell people, just stick with the movies. Everything else is just literally background noise. I've never even read the comics.
What, the Matrix comics?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even realize they had comic books too.
And they have there's a video game. There was the Matrix Online.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
That takes place between Revolutions and Resurrections, and that's where they killed off Morpheus. Because when the game shut down, they're like, all right, let's wrap up this storyline. They killed Morpheus in that game. That's why there's a whole statue to him in the fourth one.
Okay.
And that's why Lawrence Fishburne was a little pissed, because he's like, oh, that was just a video game. I'm definitely coming back for 4. And
so it was canon.
Because yeah,
get the fuck out of here with that shit.
yeah. So, but yeah, Maul, Shadow Lord, it's solid. It's solid.
All right.
I'm interested. This already got renewed for a second season. My problem is like Maul talks too much now. Like my man talks a lot, and he's played by Sam Witwer. And I have nothing against the actor. But damn, that's disrespectful to Ray Park, man.
I mean, did Ray Park was he the Was he in? Was it Ray Park in Solo as well?
I'm not sure. But Ray Park did do the voice. He did talk.
Right. No, he
And-
in Phantom Menace, but
Right.
like 4 lines.
Yeah, that's a. You know what? I'm gonna Google that, but you go ahead and you say some shit.
Yeah. So like, I am more than willing to give any Star Wars property a chance as long as it doesn't try to insult me or seem like a cash grab, right? And so particularly now that you're saying that once you get past those first 2 episodes, it hits its stride. Look, it's what are there, half-hour episodes? 20-minute episodes?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I can finish it in an afternoon. Yeah, it's fine.
So Ray Park was Maul, but then they got Sam Whitford to overdub him.
In Phantom Menace or Solo?
Solo.
Okay.
That's fucking really whack. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's real whack.
So,
man, Ray Park should have had a bigger career, man. Now that I'm thinking about it.
like, what was the last thing he did, man?
Solo. Or I guess the last significant role was Toad in X-Men 1.
Oh, Jesus. Right. Oh, God. So has he just been doing stunts behind the scenes? Like, or just like out the biz?
I don't know.
All right, well, I'll do that.
Apparently, if Solo was successful, it would have been a trilogy, and it would have had Maul be the main antagonist, and he would have been the godfather of crime in the universe.
Cool.
But apparently that was what they did for that. That was taken from what George Lucas wanted to do in the sequel trilogies, where Maul was going to be the main antagonist in George Lucas's sequel trilogy.
Huh. That would have been interesting. Much more.
Everything I hear about George Lucas's scrap sequel trilogy, like even the Wills, that sounds fucking dopey, but I'm like, would have liked to see it.
Yeah. Like, it's like, more Hollywood legend. Like what could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So this takes place. This is the problem because Maul died in Rebels. And Rebels, I love that show.
Right. Okay.
So this takes place after the Clone Wars, which explains why I'm like, wait, what? And before Rebels.
Okay. Sure. I haven't watched Rebels because once again, it feels like homework.
Rebels is great. Rebels is really great. Like, I implore everybody listening to this, watch Rebels. But, like, also, like, man, yeah, this takes place a year after the Clone Wars.
All right. Sure. Whatever.
I will start praising the day where we finally get a story that takes place after
everything.
Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, like I would love to see a story that takes place after Rise of Skywalker. Because I'm pretty sure we could make a movie where we have Finn or Rey or Rose or Poe just become stormtrooper hunters, where they go around to these planets trying to find, all right, kill off the remnants of the First Order.
Anything's better than just like constantly going back and retconning your retcons.
Because now, like, Star Wars has been stuck in 2 time periods. That is either before the original trilogy, but after the prequels, and now we are stuck in between after the original trilogy, but before the sequels. Those are the only time, like, every story we get has taken place in those 2 timelines, and I'm like, y'all, let's move forward, man. Like, we could have a whole...
We have
forward.
Like you could do so much interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Going forward, right?
Yeah, man. You could say like criminals are running amok in the galaxy now that the First Order's gone, and now the Jedi have to restore order because these criminals are doing all this salacious, evil shit.
Boom! There you go. You got 3 movies right there.
And instead, we just stuck in these 2 time periods.
Yeah. Mandalorian and Grogu. All right, cool.
I I talked to somebody, they were like, I didn't even know that movie existed. I was like, ooh, that is not good. That's not good.
Yeah, no.
That's not
Especially
good.
since
And
it comes out next month. Yeah.
And they've been pushing it hard.
Because
like real hard.
People don't want to pay for Disney Plus and then have to go to the theater.
Yeah. Somebody said that. They're like, I already pay for Disney Plus. Like, I love IMAX, so I'm a sucker. So if I'm going to go see this, I'm going to see it in IMAX, but I'm not going to pay the $30 to go see this in IMAX when I could just wait 3 months for this to hit Disney Plus. And I was like, yo, fair. Because that's how, I'm be real, that's how a lot of people feel.
Yeah, it feels like double dipping.
There you go. So that's it. This is our special episode. What have you watched lately episode with the main review on MAUL. Come back next week. We'll have fucking mad reviews because currently I'm embargo under both movies I saw this past week.
Yeah, and I guess the embargo for Normal is probably up by now. So
yeah. And that drops next week. So
yeah, we got a lot.
All right. Yeah. So. All right, that's it. We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFire XL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.